Hello and welcome back to Tractors and Such. Today we'll be working on see if we can get the brakes to function on this my COE back here. And so right now Paul's gonna go getting some brake fluid and we're gonna top it off. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive it back and forth and see how the brakes operate. Hopefully they won't lock up, but who knows? It might not.
All right, we filled it up. We're getting ready to start it and see if we can get it. It's pumped up. We'll see if we can get any brake activity.
We got brakes, somewhat working brakes.
It stopped.
Yeah.
It released.
Yes.
Stopped.
The booster's working. Yeah, it's working. Alrighty, so well we've got the brakes to function, and what I'm gonna do is now that I know there's a little tiny itty bitty spot right there at the gas under the gas tank. And so there's a piece of a fuel line plugged off. I just put a couple gallons in it, and now I'm gonna see if I can tighten that up. So hopefully I won't get any gas trying to drip out. Alright, so now I've got the line tightened up. It was a little loose, so I tightened it up. I don't know if it'll hold, but I guess time will tell. And I didn't bother filming it because I had to crawl under so you know how that is whenever you crawl under something. But yeah. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is, before I actually do anything, I need to clean get the vacuum cleaner, vacuum all this stuff out, so I can be able to crawl under there and work on the wiring and see what kind of wiring I can do, because right now I don't have any brake lights and I need to figure out on what to do. Alright, so now I got it cleaned up enough inside that I can stand it now. So now just need to really get it all roadworthy and all that now. Alrighty, well, right now I got headlights, but they're only on the dim setting. But when I push this little thing, the dimmer switch, it don't go in the high beam. So I say my dimmer switch is bad, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dimmer switch out, and I'm going to run to the parts store tomorrow and see if I can get a dimmer switch. And I'm also going to get me a two-speed for the two-speed rear end switch, the two-speed switch, so I can be able to shift this thing in two-speed. And tomorrow I'm going to see if I can find some brake lights. Alright, so let me go ahead and get the dimmer switch out. Alright, so what you need to do is you need to mark your wires. See, like this top one right here, or the one that goes in the middle. The top middle has got the, I put 2 marks on it, and the one that goes on the bottom left, it's got a 1 mark on it, and the green and that's on the other side, or the right side, it's got 3 marks. So there's why I marked it, because 2 of the wires are the same ends and I don't want to get them mixed up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take both bolts out on it, so I can be able to see what, or take the dimmer switch out and take the wire off of it, so I can have a high and a low switch, or high and low lights. Alright, well, I got the dimmer switch off, and now see, I got the wires and the orientation, like where they were on position on the switch, positioned where they are laid, but positioned where they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm pretty much going to have to end today on this, but tomorrow I hope I can work on, get some parts in, see what I can do. Alright. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. Whenever you're working with any electrical stuff, be sure you disconnect your battery. Alrighty, well, I was wrong. Well, so what we did was we took this dimmer switch and put it in another truck that we had, and according to the dimmer switch is good, because that other light's going high and low. So I'm either thinking either both bulbs are bad of the high setting, or it could be my power feed to my wire that's bad, but I don't know, and we're going to see if we can troubleshoot it here. Alright, so right now Paul is taking the screws out for the light bulb, and we're going to check to see if there is a power going to them in the high setting. Alrighty, so after a fiddling for a minute, the switch actually works. Turns out the reason why the high beams weren't working was because the high beam light fuse was blowed, and so now as I turn on low, this is low beam. See, that's low. And as you see right here, so I pushed it, and on the gauge it shows it's in high beam, and it's in high beam, so that was actually good. I got to save some money right there for now, and we'll continue tomorrow. Alrighty, so well, I got back from the parts store, and I got me a 2-speed switch to put on the shifter right here, because the other one decided to break and someone tilted the cab up. I'm guessing that's how the other one broke. As you see right here, this one is broken. I'm getting ready to take this one apart and see how we're going to get that switch on there. Well, we got the old shifter apart that was broken and brittle, and so right now we're going to get the wires in. Alright, so what you do now, you got to take this little motherboard out in the back, or whatever that's called, off the old switch, because that's I believe that's your wiring harness for the switch, and you just got to plug it in on the new switch. Alrighty, so right now I got the 2-speed hooked up, and the button, it does work. And Paul went back there, and as I'm pushing on it, and you can hear the rear end moving back there, so right now I'm going to start it and give her a little run or two and see if it'll work. Alright, so right now getting ready to pull up the road and test it to see if the 2-speed will work. So right now I got her in first. So let's see what happens. I got the rear axle in low range. Alright, I'm getting ready to shift it. Alright, the shifter engaged. So my 2-speed rear axle is working, because you can feel it whenever you feel a slight jump. That means your 2-speed isn't working. So now whenever you put her in low, you push your clutch in, then you push the 2-speed down back in low range. So I'm going to put it back in low range. I'm going to go backwards and park it. I think I've done enough for the day. But then, next thing I'm going to do is brake lights. We got the 2-speed working, and next we're going to see if we can tackle the brake lights, which will be another day, but it'll be about 1 second for you all.
Now you get a refill from your auto parts store, and then you mark it with your old one. The old one's in there, and you mark the length, and then you have to cut it off. And I used a Dremel tool to cut the plastic so it would come off smooth and be so. Then you take a razor knife and cut through your wiper, cut it sharp, you click, and you want it smooth. Then we're going to take it into the press, and we've got to put this indention in the end to keep your wiper blade from slipping out, because we had to cut it off. We had to buy what they had in stock for the refill and then cut it off. And so you have to make an indention in there to hold your blade in the rack.
And yes, we got sidetracked for doing wipers, but really, we are going to do the brake lights next after we get the wipers done.
Now I'm using this punch on that refill to make that indention. So that the refill, the blade, won't come out of the holder that goes on the wiper. See that there? This needs just a little deeper.
And see, we are making this retract so we can fit it back into the original chrome wiper handles. And I don't want to buy plastic
now
ones
see,
right
if
now.
it's hard to see, but you see the little tit hanging down there, and that keeps that from sliding back through. So now that fits. All right, now to take your refill, you've got two holders. This one is at this end, and then we've got one down here at this end. So on the left side, looking at it, you got to feed this one through. In the track on your wiper. Let it come down past this side, then feed this end toward the left end of it, putting the lock you got a lock bracket up there. It has to go through. You start the rail and the lock. Yeah, see the little wings come out there at the top? Those slides through. You got the plastic rail, and then you got the lock at the top. Then you do the same thing on the other end. Take your slide, start it on the rail. Get it up, get both ends on the rail. Then you hold this up to the wiper blade and slide it in and lock it. See the little red button that unlocks it to take it off, to reset it. Now she's on, she's attached, and you got a wiper blade.
All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the key to the run position so I can have power going to the wiper switch. And how you turn a wiper switch on an International COE is, well, you got this this black knob that you twist.
Good.
And that's how you turn that on. Oh, that's neat right there. So it works. Alrighty, so the wipers are done. Now we can get back to the brake lights. Alright, so now I'm getting ready to work on the lights. And well, what's happening is I got my turn signal on, and you see I got my running lights, and well, I gotta figure out a problem on why my running lights are on the side over here blinking, and I don't think they're supposed to blink or be flashing with the flasher, because whenever I pull the light switch right here, oh, it don't do anything right now. Well, alright, so now there we go. Now I'm going to turn my alright, so I don't have any flashers right now. I say it's because I'm bypassing. There we go. Alrighty, so when I'm having the lights off, I can use my flashers. And when I'm having my lights on, I can't use the flashers. So I'd say, and it's because the flashers is probably somewhere wired in to these lights, these marker lights, where they're not supposed to be wired at. So I'm going to go over here and do further digging. Alright, so right now I got my test light hooked up, and then I'm going to get in there and turn the flashers on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which one of these are flashers of these wires. So this is the only wiring harness, or not harness, only wires on this side that run to the back. So I'm going to turn my turn signals on to see which one they are. Alrighty, so then right now I got my flashers, or I'm sorry, my turn signals on. Flashers, same thing. But what I gotta do now is I'm gonna put my test light on here. Got my ground right there on that bolt or nut. I'm gonna see which one it is, and you should see a glow right there. Alright, so that one's glowing. Alright, so let's test all the others while we're at it, just to be on the safe. Okay, so we got none right there. We got nothing right there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trace this wire back here toward the back, and I can see where at in the back that's flashing at. Alrighty, so well, as we were trying to figure out lights, we had to take the dash off in the back so we could be able to try and find the right wires. And well, some of the wires are bad, and I had a bad key switch, so I need to put that in. And Paul's going to be putting the key switch in. What I'm going to do now is, well, I had a bad voltage regulator. It turns out I had one, and so well, I got the one that money could buy. So because I'm on a tight budget. Alrighty, so I got the voltage regulator in, the new one in, and Paul got the new key switch in. So right now he's going to turn the key on.
It's in neutral.
Yep. It's in neutral. One. It did not click. Oh, it's charging. She's charging. Turn the lights on. They're not getting hot. Alrighty, that's good. I think I fixed it. Wires are not getting hot.
Cool as a cucumber.
It's cool. Alrighty, so I think we can now need to figure out the rest of this
And clean it up.
and clean it up, and then we can try and run our brake wire, or try to get the brake lights hooked up. Alrighty, so what we did over here on this side, Paul's already done the other side as well. I got let the right side tail lights in. We done that, and this is our supply wire for the running with the parking lights. That connects with this when you connect this with the running lights whenever you turn the switch on. And we also got the brake lights wired in, well, the brake line, I'm sorry, not brake line, the brake light wire running to these lights, and we done tested it, and brake lights work. And well, what we gotta do left is this lead right here is we need to figure out a good turning signal light. And plus over here I have to have the license plate light right there, of course, with the license plate mount. I'm going to mount up here. So yeah. Alrighty, so right now Paul's marking up the drill holes so we can mark them, and so we can drill them out so we can get a good lineups so we can mount the lights. Alrighty, so well, we got the lights, and well, both brake lights or all tail lights working. We got marker lights, and we got the lights in the back here working when you pull the switch out, and whenever you push the pedal, the brakes lights work. And we are quitting for the night, and tomorrow we'll try and do the flashers, or the little turn signals, try and get that fixed so we can be able to wire it up so we can have a good turn signal. Alrighty, sorry about the rain. So I got me some cab lights, and we got them wired in, and we got the cab lights working. And we also have got headlights working, of course. We got the turn signals, both turn signals working. We also got running lights. Running lights work. Sorry about the thunder. See, we got our flashers. All right, push the brakes. We also got brake lights. So that's good. Now I'm going to get back in here and getting ready to get in before the storm gets worse. And I got a problem. I'm losing I got a blown wheel cylinder, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take the wheel off, but I'll be in another video, so yeah. Alrighty. Well, now to the devotion.
Our devotion today is Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. And God said, "Let there be light in the firmament of the heavens to be divided into day from the night, and let them be for the sign, and for seasons, and for the days and the years. And let them be the light in the firmament of the heavens to give light unto the earth." And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and divided the light from the darkness. And God saw it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth days. Thank you for watching Kate's video, and God bless you. See you on the next posting.